Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Caesar the Pleaser. Oh, hi. Well, this is awkward. As the door opens halfway, I quickly try to see Hanako's faring. It's a task made somewhat more difficult by her oversized gown hiding so much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I have preferred that to her expression right now. She looks terribly tired and appears to be barely acknowledging my presence. Hi, Hanako. Moto wanted me to give you these since you were in class today. I held out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is devoid of thought. Her posture is slumped in an unusual manner for someone that's so often tense and wound up. Even her eyes keep looking away from mine, doing their best to avoid eye contact. I move my head a little to try to get a better look, but she just ends up turning away. Are you okay? If you're really sick or anything, I could go get the nurse. It feels almost pitiful to put on such a routine get well soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her though. She seems to collect herself a little in the notion, but only a little. Her head remains turned away and her eyes move towards me. I'm fine. An awkward silence follows. As it lingers, I notice that the sleeves of the cuffs of her gown have been slightly damp stains. Her cheeks are a bit red too. Has she been crying? I see. I hesitate a little before coming out of the words I really came here to say. Would you like me to stay? I don't have anything urgent to do at the moment, so it wouldn't be any trouble. Her eyes slid away from me, and I lose any hope for an improvement of her mood. I wait for a response, but she doesn't say anything, nor give any kind of gesture. She just stands there, looking away from me. Hanako? She slightly shakes her head. Okay, good night then. With that, Hanako steps back and closes her door without a second word. More than a little worried, I retreat back to my room. Wandering up the hallway, I keep mulling over what happened. It felt like Hanako was only half there, as if I was interacting with a robot that was just doing what it was programmed to do without really any real thought. She was a husk of a person. This is frustrating, and I hope that meeting Hanako would help the situation, but I feel like it's only made it harder to understand her. How am I supposed to try to help her when she quite literally shuts me out like that? Even though I don't even bother to turn on the light, opting instead to simply change into my pajamas, quickly choke down my evening pills and collapse into my bed. That's pretty fucking... Are you kidding me, bro? Fucking skip that. The hell? It's a sad moment. We don't want to hear that. Yeah. I'm assuming now it's her birthday, so, yeah. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Try as I might to concentrate on the other matters, this fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day, and even as I walk through the school gardens to the dormitories. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea what she's feeling. Were physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this though, I have no idea where to start. I run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizune and Misha don't know that much about Hanako, and what little they do know, they can't tell me. Same for the nurse. In the end, there's only one person that knows Hanako well that would be willing to tell me anything. Entering my dormitory room, I notice something that takes me a bit off guard. It's starting to feel familiar. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room started to finally be somewhere I can relax a little. When I first entered Yamako, it felt immediately foreign in every way, from the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back to the task at hand, I throw my bag onto the bed as I open the top of the drawer to my desk. Before she left, Lily told me that the number to call her while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around the drawer after drawer, looking through the damned piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I find it nested under a borrowed library book. Probably should have just entered it directly to my cell phone, come to think of it. Without further ado, I answer the numbers and actually press the call button. Eventually, the phone picks up a feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Satao. English? Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lily, her mother is native Skolt. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's a sound like Kai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. Our feeling of relief is immense. So you must be one of Lily's friends to school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Mrs. Soto. Sato. It's so nice to hear to find someone so polite. Lily, dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out what her mother is scolding her playfully just for getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes it sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there. So she really has no excuse. Not feeling well. Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? Damn, right into it! Fuck! That was quick. Assumption that she must have known something like this could happen seems to have been on the mark. How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I hope she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but how is she right now? She missed school today and yesterday, and I still have to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Did this happen in the past? Is this related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died on the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for the deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruined that she was ever born. Hanako had mentioned her staying in the orphanage to me. Maybe I should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell me such a thing. At least seeming so in the dark about it, though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So, that's why she lives in the student's dormitory as well? Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we come, she's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about is a largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily. With everything she's gone through, there's a long silence from the other end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice on the other end speaks once again. There's another person though that's been a subject of worry to me as of late. Oh? I wonder the people she could be talking about in my head. The only friends she seems to keep very close are Hanako and I, though there's Sakura as well. That person is you, Isao. What? Wait, what? There's another silence on the line, but this time it's caused by me. Making others worry about me isn't something I'm very actively tried to avoid since coming to Yamako. Indeed, my interaction with Hanako has helped stave off any major health problems thanks to our relaxed and slow-paced lives. Huh? What is there to worry about over me? I apologize, I didn't mean any offense. Sorry, I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, Hanako's a bigger problem at the moment. For some time now, I've thought that the both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems to have done little. Worrying habits. When I asked you if you had anything in mind in your future, your answer is very similar to what Hanako has said in the past when the question was posed to her. It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only to achieve the opposite. The situation got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lily's judgment. No, I actually completely agree with Lily. This is what I kept saying. You can't keep treating her like if she's different. Treat her like another regular girl that you just happen to like. I'm pretty sure that's what come on, he fucking likes her, obviously. So I actually agree with Lily that he shouldn't be trying to protect her. He should just be there. If you guys get what I mean. There's a difference between just being there for someone and trying to oversaturate that what you're trying. It's like if I say, "Hey, I'll be there for you if you need me." If you need me, you know where to go. But if I keep on pushing that, "Hey, if you need me, if you need me," you're gonna be a little bit overwhelmed that I would keep saying, "Hey, fucking talk to me" and shit. It's like, hey, I want you to let you know, if you needed someone to talk to, you come talk to me. I'm all ears anytime. That's it. You don't have to do anything else unless that person wants to come to you. I can't understand his Sal though, and you know, to trust his own judgment, but I don't know, dude. I'm going with Lily. I agree with Lily completely. So, I agree with Lily. I don't want to admit it, but she may have a point. Something else bugs me though. What? Well, hold on. Before we continue on, but to worry about his Sal though, about him not knowing what to do in his future, dude. I didn't know what to do with myself until after high school. So, for her to say, "Oh, I'm worried that you don't know what you're gonna do with yourself in the future," that's not to be a dick. Not necessarily her issue. It is decide upon when he chooses to do so. I can disagree with that about, "Oh, you don't know what you're gonna do in the future. Oh, I need to help you now. I'm worried about you." No, fucking don't worry. I got it under control. But let's continue on with the story. I don't want to admit it, but and you tried to amend this? Wait, are outing into the city? It was all an elaborate ruse? Quite astute. I thought that it might help if I dragged both of you out of Hanako and into the wilder world. I didn't think we'd become closer for it though. So she noticed that. I suppose she wait, what the fuck? She was overthinking our conversation. She was overhearing our conversation? That's a pretty dick move. I think it's pretty fucking rude that you're gonna overhear our conversation. What if Hisao? It's like, what if Hisao went off on the whole who's Iwanako and the connection that it is to his condition? What if he would have told Hanako all this and Lily overheard that? That's not something you should be fucking overthinking. Keep your own privacy and there's something called personal space. So, the fuck, Lily? I don't know, dude. That liquor could be getting to her. Anyway, so she noticed that. I suppose she may well have been paying attention to us, and her hearing is incredibly good. Quite likely going to have picked up on what we were talking about if she tried. This sounds more like you were manipulating us. Science, it's a harsh way of putting it, but I have no intention of staying back from the words. I'm sorry, I was just worried about you. Yeah, but there's different ways of going about it, Lily. It's fine. I guess there are more important things anyway. It's not so surprised that she'd do such a thing. Her motherly nature can be slightly overbearing at times, but she does have the best of intentions. So, do you think I should think about myself more instead of trying to cater to Hanako? That largely, I can agree with that. That largely sums it up. Again, I'm sorry for not telling you this in a clearer way before going behind your back. I know I'm at least as guilty of being overprotective of Hanako as you, but I fear that you are neglecting yourself in your efforts to give Hanako happiness. Yeah, I could see that. Alright, I could see that. Do you really think Hanako will be okay? She isn't as fragile as you think. I don't know exactly what experiences she's lived through, or what feelings she has in her mind, but she has managed to work her way through them until now. It's also my hope that giving her a little space will allow her to decide what she truly wants for herself, and to give her the initiative to reach out for it. Please have faith in Hanako, that's all I ask. I guess I'll think about it for a while. It's good. Being irrational will get you anywhere. I know that at times you may doubt your relationship with Hanako, but she does literally cut herself off and takes a moment to reconsider her words. What was she gonna say? Hold up. What was she gonna say? Please keep in mind that I wouldn't have offended you if I hadn't thought of you a fundamentally good person. You're a good friend, both to myself and to Hanako. Thank you. That helps. We share some small talk to try and line the atmosphere, but it feels very stilted. There's a lot that I don't know about Lily staying in Scotland, but after such a heavy subject, I want to be alone for a bit to think. After a few minutes, we end up saying our goodbyes and I set my phone on my desk. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both of my parents. I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamako, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way? I don't know where last was like someone came into the room, so I have to apologize for that. I know it kind of ruins the flow of things, but yeah. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both my parents, and I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamako, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way I've been acting towards her? That may well be what our past were like, but when it comes to the future, I still have no idea what I want to do. Oh, let me hide that. In school, I've just concentrated on each day's busy work, on each day's work, and I've put off more and more things to cater to Hanako. I recall the words Moto told me after Hanako's breakdown about the purpose of Yamako in my education. In hindsight, he was probably trying to push exactly the same thing. Just what have I been doing at the time of my heart attack? If I've ever managed to get Hanako out of her room to open up, what then? I look out on my dormitory window as the sun sets. It's a nice sight, but what I really savor is the quiet as the students return to their dormitory rooms. All I want to do now is think. I'm not sure how much time I have, but I want to work out where I will go from here.